Hello friends, welcome back. Today we going to discuss the gear terminology. As a mechanical engineer, we should must know the importance of the gear terminology because in coming lecture I'm going to discuss the gear errors. Before that you should understood what are the gear terminology. So let's start with this today's topic, the gear terminology. Okay, so let's starts with the profile. Okay, it is the curve formed by the face and the flank of the tooth. Okay, if you see this picture, okay, this is the profile. It is the curve formed by face and flank of the tooth. So this is called as a profile. So the next terminology is a fillet radius. It is the radius that connects the root circle and the profile of the tooth. So if you see this picture, the root circle is also called as the dedendum circle. If you see, the root circle is also called as a dedendum circle. Fillet radius, if we observe carefully here, this is a fillet radius which connects the tooth profile. Okay, this is the profile and the dedendum circle. So that radius which connects these two parameters, that is the profile and the dedendum circle, this is called as a fillet radius. So next terminology is face of tooth. If you see its definition, it is the surface of the gear tooth above the pitch surface. If you see, this is the face and this is the flank. Before that, we discussing the face of tooth and the flank of tooth. We should understood what is meant by pitch surface. Okay. If you observe this figure, this is two imaginary rollers. Okay, which is going to mesh or which going to move against each other. So before forming this gear or the historical study of the gear, if you're going to study in previous years, the power is transmitted while by using these two drums. The surface is provided with the rough surfaces, against that rolling action with transmitting the power. So modern technology we developing gear in such a way that considering this pitch circle. Okay, this is a pitch circle diameter or this is a drum. So below the pitch surface, this is a flank. Okay, if we see, this is a pitch cylinder. Okay, so the below the pitch cylinder, if you observe the below the pitch cylinder, this is a flank, and above the pitch cylinder, this is a face. So many students can't understand this phenomena. So see, the below the pitch surface, okay, is called as a flank, and above the pitch surface, the surface is called as a face. The surface of the gear tooth above the pitch surface is called as a face of tooth. It is the surface of the gear tooth below the pitch surface is called as a flank of tooth. Top land. So if you see here, this is top land. It is the surface of top of the tooth. So I am going to mark the keywords so you can easily understood that phenomena. Top land is nothing but top of the tooth. So see, what is my pitch circle? It is an imaginary circle which by pure rolling action would give the same motion as the actual gear. Okay, if we see here, this is the imaginary circles. I already told you that this is called as a pitch cylinder. By rolling by pure rolling action which gives the same effect as the actual gear. So before developing gear, we starts with this phenomenon is called as a pitch circle. Okay, what is the pitch circle? This is imaginary circle. Okay, and that circle where if you consider these two gears are going to meshing each other and they come in single point during the meshing, this is called as a pitch point. It is a common point of contact between two pitch circles. So, and if you see, generally the gear diameters or the gears are specified in the pitch circle diameters. So it is the diameter of pitch circle. So we should understood now what is my pitch circle. It is an imaginary circle which by pure rolling action would give the same motion as actual gears. So hope you understood this phenomena. Where is my pitch circle? The diameter of the pitch circle is called as the PCD, pitch circle diameter, where both two pitch circles are come in contact at a single point during meshing is called as a pitch point, and it is the surface of rolling disc, and pitch surface is nothing but it is the surface. If you see, these are the two pitch cylinders and that surface is called as a pitch surface. Okay, so now the next term is the module. The figure shows is that what is the importance of module? The module indicates either the gear is big or small. So how are we going to calculate the module is very simple. It is the D by T. So where D is the ratio of reference diameter of the gear divided by number of teeth. So the capital T stands for number of teeth. This is the module. Now going to discuss this four terminologies very simple. Okay, where is now addendum and dedendum. Okay, if we see the tooth profile, if you're going to take the radial distance from pitch circle to the top of the teeth, when I'm going to measure the distance from pitch circle to the top of the tooth is called as a addendum, and when I'm going to measure distance radially from pitch circle to the bottom of the tooth is called as a dedendum. Okay, now you understood the addendum, dedendum. Now what is mean by addendum circle? It is the circle drawn through the top of the teeth. Okay, if I draw the circle from the top of the teeth is called as the addendum circle. If I draw the circle, if I draw the circle from the that bottom of the tooth is called as a dedendum circle. So it is the dedendum circle. The condition is that both the circle is concentric with pitch circle. So this is the addendum circle, this is the pitch circle, this is the dedendum circle, and all the circles are concentric with each other. Now see what is my tooth thickness. These two thickness are very important, or these two widths are very important. Okay, it is the width starts with the tooth thickness. It is the width of tooth measured along the pitch circle. See, width of tooth. Okay, if you see, this is the tooth thickness, and we are going to measure is measured along the pitch circle is called a tooth thickness. And if I am going to measure the width along the parallel to its axis is called as a face width. See here, this is measured along parallel to axis and this is measured along pitch circle. So it is the width of the tooth measured along pitch circle is called as a tooth thickness, and it is the width of gear tooth is measured parallel to its axis. Simply nothing, face width is nothing but width of gear tooth. But condition is that in both cases one is measured along pitch circle and one is measured along parallel to its axis. Now see, the important is tooth space. If you carefully observe here, where is the tooth space? Is nothing but the distance between two adjacent teeth. Tooth space is nothing but it is the width of space between two adjacent teeth. What is the gap between two adjacent teeth? This plays very important role while I am going to discussing the concept of backlash. So now we see the circular pitch and the diametrical pitch. The circular pitch is nothing but the distance measured on the circumference of pitch circle from a point of one tooth to the corresponding point on the next tooth. So it is called as a circular pitch. See, where is the circular pitch? This is the circular pitch. The one point on the tooth to the adjacent point on the next tooth is measured along the circumference of the pitch from a point on one tooth to the corresponding point on next tooth. So how are we going to calculate the pitch circle? Circular pitch, it is the pi d by t, where t is the number of teeth on the wheel and the d is nothing but pitch circle diameter. Now the diametral pitch is nothing but is the reciprocal of a module. So it is the ratio of number of teeth to the P circle diameter in mm. So diametrical pitch is T by D. The condition is that the P circle diameter in mm. Now see what is meant by pressure angle. So it is very important again. Okay, if we observe this figure or this figure during meshing of the gear, okay, both pitch circle are meeting at one point. This is called as the pitch point. Okay, from the pitch point, if I am making one normal, this is normal. Okay, and if I draw one tangent at the pitch point, and this is a tangent at the pitch point, so the line makes an one angle is called as a pressure angle, which generally 14.5 degree and 20 degrees are the standard pressure angles, or is also called as the angle of obliquity. If we see there is a line or path of contact. Okay, if you see this arrow where is going to travel as start of contact where they contact each other at pitch point and the end of contact. This is line of action. This is the path traced by point of contact of two teeth from beginning to the end of the engagement is called as a path of contact. So the next terminology is the clearance. It is the radial distance from the top of the tooth to the bottom of the tooth in a meshing gear. Okay, if you see, this is the clearance. The clearance is must be provided while meshing of the gears. Otherwise, it's nothing but going to happen jamming action. So this is the clearance. If we see how you measure this clearance, just wait. Okay, it is the radial distance from top of the tooth to the bottom of the tooth. Okay, if we find out the distance, radial distance from top of the tooth to the bottom of the tooth. Now, what is the total depth? If you see, whole depth is nothing but total depth. Is generally nothing but, if you see, the radial distance between the addendum and dedendum of the circle of a gear, or it is equal to the sum of addendum and dedendum. Okay, so before that you just again go through that, is very important. See here, whole depth or total depth is nothing but is the addition of addendum and dedendum. And where is the working depth? If we see, this is the distance from addendum circle to the clearance circle. So this is called as a working depth. It is measured radially. So that, hope you understood this also. This is clearance, I told you already. Okay, so it is very important factor as a mechanical engineer, backlash. So it's simply nothing but it is a play between two meshing gears. Okay, it is nothing but it is the difference between tooth space and the tooth thickness. The difference between tooth space and tooth thickness. This is the tooth thickness, and the gap between two gear is nothing but tooth space. So that difference between is nothing but backlash. Backlash is provided if we consider theoretically backlash is zero, okay, but in actual practice the backlash must be allowed in order to avoid the jamming action. Another consideration is that when while transmitting powers the heat is generated, and you know the property of the metals which going to expand. So that case, if backlash is not there, if clearance is not there, what happened? The gears becomes jamming action is there. So no power is transmitted further. So in order to avoid such cases, the backlash is must provided. So hope you understood all this terminology. If you really like these videos, please share and subscribe. Thank you very much.